Hi friends, the topic is today is how to treat Omicron differently. Actually, this is going to be Omicron world for coming few months because in this world, Omicron as well as humans both are going to coexist for some time. So now three questions remain, and these three questions we'll try to understand scientifically in this talk. Now, question number one is why Omicron is mild. Everybody is saying Omicron is mild, but we are not able to understand yet why Omicron is mild. Now, current studies have come to explain that why Omicron is mild. Second is, if Omicron is mild, why some patients are dying? Occasional cases of deaths are coming from few countries and cities. Why it is happening exactly? And third is, how to prevent it so that whatever deaths are happening, we can avoid. So let us see what is the summary first. But a summary of this talk is very simple. First wave and second wave, oxygen, oxygen, oxygen was the problem. Patient saturation was coming down, patients were going to hospital, and there they will go sometimes go on ventilator. But this third wave is not about oxygenation. It is about airways. And humidification of airways, humidification of oxygen is more important in this third wave. Now this airway obstruction is going to be happen very significantly in two sections. One is old patients and one is young children. Old patients, who are these old patients? Those who are weak, those who can't expectorate, those who can't cough, and very small children with hypotonia, means less tone. These are the two high risk categories. We have to be very careful in this third wave. And the solution is also given here. Solution is humidifier, which is available in all hospitals. So we should not worry about that. Let us first see what is the change in this target. In this slide, we can see other variants. Target was lung parenchyma. Parenchyma means the core tissue, alveolus, and other organs also. Brain, heart, kidney, liver. You must have heard that in last wave and first wave, other than pneumonia, they were having other systems involved, renal failure, convulsions and all. But in Omicron, target is very different. Target is airway epithelium. What is airway? Airways are nothing but trachea and bronchi, means the wind pipes, the pipe through which the air goes, that is airway. And here Omicron target is airway, not lung parenchyma proper. Why did this happen? Did this happen because of some divine intervention or bad luck, good luck, or something? No. There was a time when people were actually wondering whether Darwin's theory of evolution really exists or not. Did we really become man from monkeys? We have not seen any species evolving in our lifetime, but it is happening in front of our very eyes that we are seeing a birth of a new species with entirely new characteristics. It has happened because of combination of human behavior and adaptation by virus. It is journey from clash to cohabitation. There was a time when corona and humans were clashing. Now gradually this clash is getting converted into cohabitation. We are actually learning to live peacefully without hurting each other. Why this happened? If you see genetic point of view, this whole world is full of mammals, insects, reptiles, fish, viruses, bacteria, fungi, plants. So many animals and plants are existing here. It is nothing but there are two worlds, parallel worlds are existing here on this earth. One is DNA world, one is RNA world. DNA world, top species or apex predator is human being. And RNA world, right now, our hero come villain is Corona. Now, these two worlds actually clashing each other. What happened here? DNA world means we humans adopted, forcing RNA world to change into entirely different target. Now, this entirely different target actually caused different pathogenesis and almost into different species or different disease. So, this is a living proof of Darwin's theory of evolution right now happening in front of our eyes. This figure is very important. This figure shows how Delta behaves, how Omicron behaves. Virus has to enter the cell. Now, Delta, what was happening? This virus was using a different mechanism. Corona is called Corona because it is having spikes. Now, these spikes are very important for attachment to the cell. Now, as it is, the spike can't enter the cell. Corona can't enter the cell. Though that spike has to be processed. It has to be cut twice. It has to be cleaved. and after cutting only that coronavirus can enter the cell. This was true about Delta, but this is not true about Omicron. Omicron has developed entirely different and more easy way to enter the cell. Now, this coronavirus, Omicron coronavirus, does not require any processing. Directly it can enter the cell. So these two different mechanisms are responsible for why Delta was different and why Omicron is going to behave entirely differently. So let us see it again. There are two ways of virus entry into cell. One is endocytosis, means direct entry. Second is TMPRSS2 cleavage, very long name, transmembrane protein, serine protease and all those things. We should not go into that. Simple way to call it is protein cutter. The enzyme present on cell, some cells, few cells, which can cut the protein, that is cut the spike. Now this spike has to be cut twice. First cutting happens because of furin and second cutting happens because of TMPRSS2. First what happened? Mutation happened in furin cleavage site, the site at which furin actually has to act. That made virus change entirely different entry requirements. Now we got a virus which can enter directly into cell. It is a good news or bad news? Let us see. So what happened in first wave and second wave? The target of corona was progenitor cell. What is progenitor cell? Progenitor cell is a mother cell which give rise to other types of cells. Now this progenitor cell is usually very silent in adults, very active in fetus and embryo. Now these progenitor cells are waiting patiently all over the body in different organs. These cells were target in last and first wave. Because of this progenitor cell being a target, what happened? We got a lot of symptoms: convulsions, lack of sleep, fearfulness, heart attacks, stroke, paralysis, kidney failure, liver failure. Everything happened. But this is not going to happen in this particular pandemic now, because the progenitor cells were the cells which were expressing TMPRSS2. Let us see this graph. In this graph, focus on figure E, the figure which is actually below. Here on x-axis, there are various types of cells available in the lung. And on y-axis, we get TMPRSS2 expression. That we can see the top one, where maximum TMPRSS2 expression is there, they are nothing but pneumocyte type 2 and Clara cell. This explains everything what happened in first two waves. If Clara cell is affected, what happens is surfactant is not formed and alveolus gets collapsed. Then we go to CT scan, they keep on telling CT score bad, the prognosis bad. That is about because of this Clara cell. And second part, that is the pneumocyte type 2. So this, when they got affected, then we had a lot of fluid accumulation in lungs. Lungs become heavy and difficult in breathing, causing drop in oxygenation. So these TMPRSS2 positive cells are not target in Omicron. So in this Omicron pandemic, difficulty in breathing, fast breathing, drop in oxygen is not going to happen commonly. Now we have to understand this is good news, but also there is a bad news also. What is bad news here? Omicron has developed ability for immunoevasion. Immunoevasion means what? It can evade our immunity. It can evade our fighting capacity. It can evade our antibodies. These antibodies are given by two ways. One is because many of us got infected and almost all of us are vaccinated. This prior infection and vaccination is not going to protect you from Omicron. Yes, this is a truth. Those who got Omicron, they are having one dose, two dose, many times booster dose also, still they got Omicron. Because, because Omicron has developed ability to evade our antibodies. But in that, it has changed. We hunted them. Actually, all of our humanity, we hunted them constantly for months by forming neutralizing antibodies in billions of human beings. Almost in 700 crores humans on earth, there is 7 billion people. Many billions got actually vaccines. Millions and billions got infected. Now this natural infection as well as this particular vaccination created biggest evolutionary pressure by DNA world upon RNA world. We actually forced corona to change its colors. Now what happened? Furin cleavage site change. Multiple mutations happened in spike. Every week you will get different variant now with 50 mutations, 49 mutations, 60 mutations. We are not bothered about number of mutations. We are bothered about change in behavior of the virus. Now the virus can survive antibodies. Our antibodies don't affect Omicron, but our progenitor cells, very key cells, are spared now. Now our key cells are safe from corona. Now, when we say Omicron is mild, but at the same time we get worried because we do get deaths. Already a lot of deaths have happened in India also because of Omicron. Now, whenever you come across death can happen in two ways. One is the patient is having this complication because of his old disease, cancer or any other heart attack or something. Omicron happens to be there. It is not cause. When you do test, then Omicron is positive. Second possibility is Omicron actually caused the death. Can Omicron kill? Can Omicron cause death? Most of the time, no. Sometimes, yes. Now, who are the categories in which we have to be very careful? When we analyze all the deaths so far, Omicron reported deaths in various countries like South Korea, Australia, South Africa, Netherlands, we came across a pattern here. The pattern is very clear. That is old age, 80s and 90s. In Western country, 80s and 90s, and our country, 70s and 80s almost parallel. Those were in 70s and 80s. And secondly, in South African pediatric deaths also we analyze. Only those cases, children who are having hypotonia, very floppy children because of coexisting brain disease. They're already having some brain disease. Their tone is very flat, and very old people who are very difficult to cough out. They can't clear the expectoration. They can't clear the secretions. These are the main categories we have to be very careful in this particular pandemic. Now let's find what is effect of COVID on airways, because airways is the target of Omicron. What happens on airways? Airways function is to conduct the air. At the same time, we have to form a lot of secretions. Now this is called mucus or mucin. Mucin exists in two forms, MUC3 and MUC5. That balance is disturbed in COVID. The secretions become too much, they become thick, tenacious, they're sticky, they stick to the surface. Even in upper respiratory tract infection Omicron, you'll find scratching feeling on throat. Somebody is going into throat and scratching it from inside. Severe throat pain will be there. And the sticky mucus will come. It is quite okay. We can expectorate. But now in very young children with hypotonia or very old, thin, debilitated patients, these dry airways can suddenly become obstructed after prolonged non-invasive oxygen. This is expected in this third wave of Omicron. So airways are the main target of this particular pandemic. Now what to do with this? How can we prevent this? So there are some things which can be done in home, something which can do at hospital. At home, what to do? First of all, understand that not everybody is equally susceptible for Omicron complications. At risk cases means young children with hypotonia and old people who are weak. These are the at risk cases. Adequate hydration. This mucus becomes more thick if you don't drink water properly. If you drink water properly, so much water we have to drink so that our urine should become white. Adequate hydration goes a long way in keeping the secretions thin. And third is adequate humidification of inspired gases. Now what we can do at home? At home, we can do steam inhalation. The steam inhalation, if you remember, we tried in first wave, second wave, nothing worked. Those who had to go to hospital have to go to hospital, but it's not true in Omicron wave. If we adequately humidify, that is, if you get steam inhalation at home, then it is going to go a long way in preventing these complications. Those who are having asthma, those who are having wheezing tendency, they might suffer more in this particular pandemic. So those who are having asthma, they have to keep nebulizers at home and adequately hydrate them and take steam inhalation along with sometimes normal saline nebulization in hospital. Once you come to hospital, and if you are having actually a lot of breathing difficulty and all, these respiratory secretions can be cleared with the guidance of physiotherapist. Another thing is this is for doctors actually. Humidifiers are there in every hospital. These humidifiers should be used liberally. Now these humidifiers exist in two forms or two modes, non-invasive as well as invasive. We have observed that even if the patient is on non-invasive ventilation, invasive mode is the real mode for adequate humidification of inspired gases. So I'll repeat, adequate hydration, adequate humidification. These are the very simple management of this Omicron cases. Now these are the figures of what is humidifier. It is not present at home. It is present in hospital only. It should be used for only those cases who require hospitalization because of breathing difficulty, because of drop in oxygen. because these humidifiers are very technologically complicated equipments. It has to be shown only in hospitals. A majority of these humidifiers are attached to ventilators or CPAP. Sometimes we can use it without ventilators also. We can use when the patient is not requiring ventilation but can require humidification. Summary. Now we are coming to the end of our talk. Summary is very simple. Omicron is equal to immunoevasion plus airway target. It can evade immunity, that's a bad news, but airway is a target, is good news. So immunoevasion plus airway target is Omicron. What is treatment? 2H, you have to remember. Hydration and humidification. Drink plenty of water. If you are having very difficulty in clearing secretion, adequately humidify the airways. Now what will happen in future? Future is going to be good or bad? Our economy, our healthcare system, our all professions, what is going to happen in coming few years? When we predict future, then we have to see both scenarios. Best case scenario as well as worst case scenario. What is best case scenario here? Is COVID is going to become just like sore throat, upper respiratory tract infection. What will happen quite commonly? It is going to be benign and this pandemic will end. Virus won't go anywhere, but virus will affect us in a very mild way and actually we will live with the virus. Now, worst case scenario. Worst case scenario is immunoevasion. That is, the virus not being protected by antibodies will remain and will go to the old ways. That is progenitor target. That is worst case scenario. What is the possibility? What will happen? Whether best case scenario will happen or worst case scenario will happen. This future, when we don't know, there is a habit of telling only God only knows. So really God also knows. The oldest scripture, religious scripture in world is Rigveda. In Rigveda, there is something called as hymn of creation, where very detailed description is there how the world was created. It is an imaginary hymn. They imagine whether the world was created by God or not. On this line we end it. Whether God's will created it or whether he was mute. Perhaps it formed itself or perhaps not. Perhaps he only knows or perhaps he also doesn't know. Now, in this particular hype of creation, most important part I want to take it is perhaps it formed itself. So this Omicron, nobody has created, no God has sent, no God has intervened. It has formed itself because of Darwin's theory of evolution. So it is more likely that it will continue to be mild. Why we are confident or more hopeful about best case scenario is our vaccination should continue. Our social distancing should continue. And if we continue to take our precaution, what we have taken in last 2 years, if we continue our behavior, then this virus has to behave itself. This virus has to change. So this virus is forming itself from a serious deadly disease into a mild upper respiratory tract disease. Similar videos of home care in Omicron, especially in children and old adults, will keep on uploading in this particular under this particular name. Welcome to COVID-19 prevention and educational videos. So we'll keep on uploading similar videos in future. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you.